and welcome. My name is Lauren and this class is an amazing recovery after an 18-hole game of golf or a visit to the driving range. As I'm sure you're aware, golf uses almost all the muscles in the body as it combines swinging your club with a lot of walking. This sequence is fairly well-rounded, but we will give some extra focus to your wrists, shoulders, and lower back. We will start in an extended child pose, so bringing your knees to the width of your mat, toes coming to touch, arms reach out in front of you, hips moving towards the heels, and forehead resting on the mat. Once you've settled in, close down the eyes and turn your attention inwards. Doing a quick scan through the body and just checking, how does your body feel? Do you feel tension? If so, where is it? I invite you to send the breath to any spots that are feeling quite sore or tight. Letting the practice fall away, returning to your regular breath. Gently blink the eyes open. And as you next inhale, coming back up onto the hands and walking them back in so that you come into a kneeling pose, bringing the knees closer together. Bring your left ear close to your left shoulder and place the left hand just on top of the head, not pulling it, simply allowing the weight of the hand to increase the stretch down the right side of your neck. Then releasing the hand back to the thighs and bring the right ear to the right shoulder, the right hand resting on top of the head. Then releasing the hand, bringing the head back to neutral. Bring your hands out in front of you, interlace the fingers, and turn the palms to face the front of the room, straightening out the arms. Feeling a wonderful stretch through the wrists and the arms. As you inhale, reaching the arms up above your head, feeling a deeper stretch through the shoulders. Just checking in to make sure that your shoulders aren't pressing up towards your ears, just keeping them nice and relaxed and down from the ears. And on your next exhale, releasing the clasp, bringing the hands down to the lap. And we'll come into another wrist and shoulder stretch. So you have two options here. You may like to clasp opposite elbows behind your back, or perhaps finding reverse prayer by bringing the palms of the hand together right behind your heart, opening through the chest in whichever variation you're in, feeling a stretch through the shoulders, and for those of us in reverse prayer, a really intense stretch through the wrists. Inhale to stay, and then as you exhale, releasing the bind, giving the hands a nice shake out, and bring the hands in front of you, coming up into a tabletop. checking that the wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. In today's rounds of cat-cow, I'd like you to let the breath lead the movement. So as you inhale, coming forward into cow, arching through the spine, chest reaching forward. And as the exhale starts, pressing into the hands, pushing the back of the heart up towards the sky and rounding through the spine. Inhale, bringing you into cow, and the exhale, sending you back up into cat. Letting the movement flow organically with the breath. And after your next exhale, coming back into a neutral position, and begin to rock back and forth over the wrists, starting with quite a small movement, gradually becoming larger. Perhaps tucking the toes here. You might like to bring the hands slightly forward so that you can go between a low plank and a child's pose. And then eventually lifting the knees and bringing the hips up to the sky, finding your downward facing dog, keeping the knees nice and bent. You might like to pedal out the feet here by bringing one heel to the ground, then the other. Just making any movement you need here in order to settle in. And on your next inhale, step the left foot between the hands, back knee finding the floor, and the hands reaching up to the sky, finding a crescent lunge. Inhale, find a little more reach. And as you exhale, bringing the hands down into a cactus shape. And then thinking about creating circles with our arms. Bring your upper body slightly backwards, pushing the elbows behind you. And then bringing the arms down, forward, finding a slight forward bend here. The arms reaching back up to the sky. We'll do 2 more of these. Circling, using the upper body and the arms. Finding 1 more. And then exhale, bringing the hands into prayer in front of your chest. Inhale here to lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, twist your body over to the left. And if you can, hook the right elbow over that right thigh, finding a twisted lunge. Depending on what feels good in your neck, you may like to look over your left shoulder or perhaps turn your gaze up to the sky. As you inhale, reaching the crown of the head to the sky. And as you exhale, finding a little more twist. Inhale to stay. And exhale, releasing the twist, bringing the hands back to the ground and stepping back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step the right foot between the hands, back knee finding the mat, and reaching the hands up to the sky into your crescent lunge. On your next exhale, bringing the hands into cactus position, bringing a slight back bend into this posture, sending the arms as far back as you can, circling them down and forward, the torso following the movement with your arms. Doing 2 more circles like this. Inhale as you come up, and exhale as you come down. Doing 1 more rotation here. Then on your next exhale, bringing your hands into prayer in front of your chest. Inhale to find length through the spine, and exhale, twist over towards the right, your left elbow perhaps hooking over the right thigh. As you inhale, filling the chest with your breath, and as you exhale, finding a little more space to twist. On your next inhale, coming back to center, hands coming onto the floor and pushing back into your downward facing dog. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, coming forward into plank. You could have the knees down on the ground here, completely up to you. And then slowly with control, lower your whole body to the floor in one piece. Very good. Coming up onto the forearms and just checking that the elbows are directly underneath the shoulder, finding Sphinx pose. You want to keep your legs nice and active here in order to protect your lower back. So press your tops of your feet into the mat. Your pubic bone also presses firmly into the mat. And just bringing your shoulders down and back so that there's some nice space between your ears and your shoulders. If you are feeling some tension in your lower back here, I invite you to bring your legs slightly apart, as it can help to just create some space there. Very good. Coming down onto your belly and using your hands, just turning over onto your back, thinking about Banana Asana. With your left hand, hold onto the right wrist and bring your arms over towards the left side, perhaps even picking up the shoulders off the mat and making them move over to the left side, placing the shoulders and the arms onto the ground. The legs come in the same direction, so picking up the feet and bringing them over to the left. It might even feel good to cross that right foot over the left. Wherever you are in this posture, just feeling a fantastic stretch through the right side of the body and the hip. And on your next inhale, coming back through center, letting go of that left wrist, and this time with the right hand, holding on to the left wrist, picking up the shoulders and moving your upper body over to the right side. The legs follow suit, and you may like to cross that left foot over the right. Just checking here that both of your shoulders are firmly on the mat and both hips are still on the mat. Feeling a wonderful stretch through the left side of the body. Very good. As you inhale, come back to center and release the hands beside your body. And bend the knees so that the soles of the feet are on the mat, preparing for bridge pose. So bring the feet in as close to your bottom as you can. You want to be able to just brush your heels with your hands. As you inhale, tuck the tailbone under, bringing the pubic bone towards the sky. Hugging the thighs into one another, squeezing the buttocks. And as you exhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips up to the sky. Inhale to find some more lift here. And exhale, rolling down slowly through each vertebra until the lower back and the hips come onto the mat. Doing 2 more of these rolling bridges as you inhale, tucking the tailbone under, squeezing the thighs together, clenching your buttocks. As you exhale, lifting the hips up to the sky, pressing the arms into the mat to help you find a little more leverage. And as you exhale, slowly rolling back down through the spine. Completing 1 more round. As you inhale, preparing for your bridge. And as you exhale, lifting the hips up as high as you can. Inhale, find some more lift for our last bridge. And then exhale, rolling back down onto the mat. Hugging the knees into the chest. And bring your arms out nice and wide. Let the knees fall over to the left side. If it feels good, turning your gaze to look over the right shoulder. And on your next inhale, bringing the knees back through center and over to the right side. This time your gaze can be over that left shoulder. Inhale, bring the knees back into center. And at the top of your inhale, holding the breath and tensing every muscle that you can in your body, scrunching up your face, your toes, Your arms are rigid, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And then when you just can't hold it anymore, exhale and allow all the muscles in your body to relax, bringing your feet out long and your hands by your side into Shavasana. Closing down the eyes, tuning in with the breath. You can stay here for as long as you like. If you found this class really hit the spot, I encourage you to take the warm wrist class as well as the Nourish neck and shoulders sequence, and they'll help you to continue working through the muscle groups that we were looking at today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.